Welcome to the ultimate BMW Top 10 countdown. In this video, we'll take you through the most iconic and legendary BMW cars in history, from timeless classics to modern marvels. Get ready to experience the best of BMW. BMW has produced some of the most iconic and beloved cars in the automotive world. From sporty coupes to luxurious sedans and groundbreaking SUVs, BMW has consistently pushed the boundaries of automotive engineering and design. Let's dive in and explore the history of this legendary German automaker and rank the top 10 best BMWs ever made. Let's get started. At number 10, we have the stunningly beautiful BMW 507. You guys, this car is just gorgeous. Produced for just a few short years in the late 1950s, the 507 was BMW's attempt to compete with the Mercedes-Benz 300 SL. It's a shame it didn't sell well because the design is absolutely timeless. Those long flowing lines, the short overhangs, under the hood the 507 packed a 3.2-litre V8 that, while not super powerful by today's standards, gave the car respectable performance for its time. But the real appeal of the 507 is its rarity and its undeniable beauty. It's the kind of car that, if you ever saw one in person, you'd stop and stare. I mean, I definitely would, and I've seen a lot of cars. Coming in at number 9 is the legendary BMW M1. This was BMW's first foray into the world of supercars, and boy did they knock it out of the park. Produced for just 3 years in the late 1970s, the M1 was a mid-engined rear-wheel drive beast powered by a 3.5-litre six-cylinder engine. It was designed by the great Giorgetto Giugiaro, and its angular styling still looks futuristic today, even though it's been around for over 40 years. The M1 was a true performance icon of its era, with a top speed of over 160 miles per hour, which was seriously fast for back then, and it's only gotten cooler with age. Today, the M1 is a highly sought-after collector's item. At number 8, we have the car that many consider to be the ultimate driving machine, the E30 BMW M3. Now, this is where we really start getting into iconic territory. The E30 M3 was produced from 1986 to 1991, and it was originally created as a homologation special so that BMW could go racing in the World Touring Car Championship. But the M3 quickly became a legend on the streets as well. Powered by a high-revving four-cylinder engine, the E30 M3 was known for its incredible handling, its balanced chassis, and its raw driving experience. This is a car that feels alive, you know? It talks to you, plus it's just so darn cool looking. I mean, just look at those boxy fenders. The E30 M3 is a true icon of the 1980s and a car that helped to cement BMW's reputation for building driver-focused machines. Honestly, I'm not sure I'd be able to pick just one BMW as my favorite, but this one would definitely be in the running. Coming in at number 7 is the car that really put BMW on the map as a maker of turbocharged performance cars, the 2002 Turbo. This little beast was launched in 1973, and it was one of the first production cars to feature a turbocharger. Now, today we kind of take turbochargers for granted, but back then this was cutting-edge stuff. The 2002 Turbo was a small, lightweight coupe that packed a 2-litre turbocharged four-cylinder engine. It was a bit of a handful to drive, to be honest, but it was seriously quick for its time and a ton of fun. The 2002 Turbo was a true pioneer and a car that helped to pave the way for the turbocharged performance cars that we all know and love today. Plus, it looks so cool with that big turbo script across the front spoiler. At number 6, we have a car that needs no introduction, the BMW Z8. This gorgeous roadster was produced for just a few short years in the early 2000s, and it was designed as a modern interpretation of the classic BMW 507. And you know what? I think they nailed it. The Z8 was powered by a 4.9-litre V8 engine that sent its power to the rear wheels through a 6-speed manual transmission. It was a true driver's car, and its retro-modern styling made it an instant classic. Of course, the Z8 is probably best known for its starring role in the James Bond film The World Is Not Enough. But even without its Hollywood credentials, the Z8 is a special car. It's a future classic, no doubt about it. Coming in at number 5 is a car that many consider to be the greatest sports sedan of all time, the E39 BMW M5. This car was, and still is, in a class of its own. Produced from 1998 to 2003, the E39 M5 was powered by a 4.9-litre V8 engine that made nearly 400 horsepower. It was the perfect blend of luxury, performance and practicality. The E39 M5 could comfortably carry 5 adults and a trunk full of luggage, but it could also outrun a Porsche 911 of the same era. It was that good. And it didn't hurt that it looked absolutely stunning. The E39 M5 is a true icon and a car that perfectly encapsulates what BMW is all about. At number 4, we have a car that was way ahead of its time, the BMW Y8. This plug-in hybrid sports car was launched in 2014, and it was BMW's first real foray into the world of electrified performance. The i8's design was like something out of a science fiction movie, with its dihedral doors, its futuristic interior, and its sleek, aerodynamic bodywork. It was powered by a combination of a turbocharged 3-cylinder engine and an electric motor, and it could go from 0 to 60 miles per hour in under 4.5 seconds. The i8 was a technological tour de force, and it showed that BMW was serious about building exciting and efficient cars for the future. Coming in at number 3 is another M3, and this one is a personal favorite of mine, the E46 M3. Produced from 2000 to 2006, the E46 M3 was, in my opinion, the perfect evolution of the M3 formula. It was powered by a naturally aspirated 3.2-litre straight-six engine that screamed all the way up to its 8,000 RPM redline. It sounded amazing. The E46 M3 was known for its incredible handling, its balanced chassis, and its overall driving experience. It was a car that felt equally at home on a racetrack or on a back road. The E46 M3 was a true driver's car, and it remains one of the most beloved M cars of all time. At number 2, we have a car that's as legendary as it is rare. The BMW 3.0 CSL. This homologation special was built so that BMW could go racing in the European Touring Car Championship in the 1970s, and it dominated the series. The 3.0 CSL was powered by a 3.0-litre inline-six engine that featured a unique 4-valve cylinder head. It was one of the most advanced engines of its time, but the 3.0 CSL was perhaps best known for its wild aerodynamic bodywork. It had a massive front air down, a tall rear wing, and flared fenders that gave it an incredibly aggressive stance. It was nicknamed the Batmobile for its outrageous looks. The 3.0 CSL is a true icon of 1970s motorsport and one of the most desirable BMWs ever made. And finally, at number 1, we have the car that changed the way we think about SUVs, the BMW X5. When it was launched in 1999, the X5 was one of the first luxury SUVs to offer both on-road performance and off-road capability. It was a true game changer. The X5 was an instant success, and it helped to create the luxury SUV segment that we know today. Over the years, the X5 has evolved and grown, but it's always stayed true to its roots as a sporty and luxurious SUV. Today, the X5 is one of BMW's best-selling models, and it's easy to see why. It's a great all-around vehicle that's equally at home on a winding road or a muddy trail. Thanks for watching our countdown of the 10 best BMW cars in history. I know, it was tough to narrow it down to just 10, and I'm sure some of you will disagree with my picks, but that's okay. BMW has such a rich history of building incredible cars that there's really no wrong answer. From the classic 507 to the groundbreaking i8, BMW has always been at the forefront of automotive innovation and design. And I, for one, can't wait to see what they come up with next. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more automotive content. I'm always looking for new car suggestions, so let me know in the comments what you want to see next.